Hello. Well, hey, I do not know why I didn't think about this before, but when the subs up in the on my one of my videos there just asked about 8/21/2022 because that's when BK got pulled over at about 11:30. So I'm going to just read through the report because this day is packed, literally packed, man. So first and foremost, got an animal complaint, and that is on 900 block of Kenneth Street. Dog barking for at least half hour on and off since let's see, it would be what, 11 o'clock? Wait, no. God, I'm so terrible at this. You guys, you have to figure that out. He attempted to contact the neighbors, but no one has been responding. Officer responded, no report. So what's weird about this one is, let me scroll all the way to the bottom back, because I think it might be down here. Hold on. Watch your eyeballs. Let's see if this is Kenneth on here one. This, because I did scroll all the way through it. God dang it. Come on. Jeez. Okay, so no. So okay, so this would be almost 11:30 right here. So isn't 2300 hours like 11 would be 11? Yeah. 23, yeah. So this is the only one. I mean, there's not an 11:30 in here. Unless it's back up there. Hold on. Now I'm confusing myself. Dog bark for the past hour. Unknown owner. RP tried knocking on the door and no one answered. Officer responded. No report. So this is on 400 block of East 7th. And so I'm just going to go backwards. Okay. So then we've got... no, I'm not, because I have to do it this way. Never mind. Okay, watch your eyeballs. I'm just going to pop. Okay. So... this other one also attempted to contact the neighbors. So another, this one's at midnight. So the other one, let's see. So the way, it would have been the night before. Let me see. I might have to look into the next day after this too, like the 22nd. But that wouldn't work either. I think they're full of crap, to tell you the truth. Okay, so next is simple battery. You know what I say about that? Ain't nothing simple about being battered. 400 block of veg, so it's a weird name. Officer responded, report taken. So someone got beat up, I guess. Suspicious person that came out weird. 1400 block of West A Street. Male knocking on the RP's door trying to get in. The man is yelling through the door, possibly intoxicated. Officers responded, unable to locate, no report. So there's just a lot of this going on this night. In fact, this day, this particular, it's really weird. Like one of the weirdest I've seen, actually. Noise complaint, 500 block of North Adams Street. Constantly leaving windows open and extremely loud. Shares wall of the apartment complex have tried addressing neighbors in the past and hasn't worked. Officer responded, no report. Another noise complaint at the identity. So the identity, that's the same apartments that those guys were, stopped. They were carrying the sign after the cops stop on the Banfield. So person called into their emergency after hours number reporting a noise complaint. Officers responded, no report. Now, if you were like that video, that cam that Lana got, when the cops down there after Hayden leaves, and he's talking to that one guy. The guy's asking him some weird questions about, oh, you guys aren't the normal cops here, or whatever, kind of something like that, because those cops are really cool. Basically, he was saying those cops are cool, and so this is weirdly. I mean, the whole thing is so weird, you guys. So damn weird. Narcotics Canine. 700 block of North Main, officer requested a case, no report. So it wasn't a 911 call, officer requested and went there. So is there another main up here? I don't think there's a main up here, nope. So that must have been on a previous stop, I don't know. Citizen dispute, John's Alley, officer responded to a physical dispute. I mean, there's a lot of punching and fighting going on this day. Burglary alarm. Tri-State Distributor. Now that place gets hit all the time, and I think there's some homeless camp or something like that right outside there that might be part of the reason, but officer responded to a burglary alarm. Recovered stolen property, Papa Murphy's found item. So it's weird that it would be a Papa Murphy's, a stolen item, unless it was like, say, a phone that someone just got stolen from there or something. I mean, there's nothing you could really play off this one at all because they don't tell you shit. Accident, hit and run, 200 block of Spotswood Street. Vehicle, RP's vehicle hit, unknown time frame, no note left, officer responded, report taken. That's 11:17 during the, during the day. So found property, East E Street, a red bicycle that has been on scene for several days. Officer responded, and secure bike to telephone pole. Bike impounded, no report. Yeah, I kind of feel like they randomly put bikes places, right? Because you see that all the time in these reports. Suspicious person, Baker Street. Patient checked in to report assault. Officer responded, no report. I mean, this is a lot of fighting, you guys. A lot. And a lot of it's being actually, obviously not documented, no report. But they're checking in. I mean, they're getting treated. So there's got to be freaking records of this stuff. Found property, 1600 block of Lenter. Found a wallet on top of the mailboxes. RP didn't feel comfortable taking it inside, so he put it in the ingoing outgoing mail slot for pickup. Officer responded, no report. Now this is where it's starting to get, so you'll see here in a minute where this is anyway, vehicle prowl, Farm Road. Vehicle broken into sometime overnight. Officer responded, report taken. Now Farm Road, you guys, is where that Joshua Couch, where he resides. That's the last known address that he had, was on Farm Road. And so anyway, parking problem. 1100 block of West A Street. Vehicle parked behind a row of cars not in a spot. Officer responded. Vehicle moved before officer arrived. No report. Burglary alarm. Hope Center. Now, Hope Center, I believe, is a place, it's like a house where, people that are transitioning from, maybe homeless to, getting a place or something like that, that's where they'll stay. Officer responded to a report of a burglary alarm. Now, there was a report, what is that? Well, let me see if I can remember that. I saw it was on a YouTube video, I think, about this place. And it was one of the guys saying that there was a person that they were having issues with for a while, and that, where did I see that? It's going to drive me nuts now. Shit. I'll think about it. Darn it. I shouldn't have said anything. Noise complaint. 400 block of East 8th. Can hear intense shouting from a male at this location the last 30 minutes. Officer responded. Subject was talking on the phone and alone. Interesting. Welfare check. 600 block of C Street. Requesting a welfare check. Officer responded. No report. So, a welfare check, that could be anything. Somebody could call on the phone and say, hey, I'm in Timbuktu and my mom's over in Hawaii. Can you go check on her? So they would go check, that kind of thing. But it could be anything oh, I see someone from the front window. They've fallen out in the street. Can you go check on them? That kind of thing. So it could, this could even have been say someone got beat up and they were and say the person was passed out that they beat up, and they went to another telephone and they said, called in a welfare check. It could be someone calling in on someone that they even did something to. You know what I mean? Civil calls. Male needing a phone call from an officer. Officer advised, no report. Now this one makes me curious. Because this, for some reason, whenever, and I've flipped through it because I read it first before I started making the video. And the first time I saw this, as soon as this one popped up, all I could see was Bryan's face. That's all I could see. And I felt so weird about it, and it just did it again. And it wasn't like I was expecting this to come up because I only have scrolled through it one time. So, I didn't know exactly where it was, but exactly the same. That's so weird. Male needing a phone call from an officer. Officer advised no report. That makes me feel really weird. Threatening. Troy Road, mobile gas station. A subject that has been trespassed from the business threatened to beat an employee. Officer responded, no report. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I can't see Bryan beating up anybody. I mean, I could be wrong, but I just can't see it. Threatening. 200 block of South Ashbury Street. Receiving threatening messages over social media. Officer responded, no report. Okay. So, this Ashbury Street. Now, there's a mother who calls in all the time, reports, asking for them to go check on her son because her son is schizophrenic, and because when he's off of his medication, he goes pretty much berserk, is basically what she's saying. So I seriously think there's somebody down there in that Ashbury Almond area and I've always thought that. Like, if you listen back to my other reports, I'm always like, Ashbury Almond. Welfare check, 1100 block of Cows. Now this is interesting, because this is where Sage comes in. Sage, yeah, the one, his daddy's cane, the one, the surveillance camera. This is 1100 block of Cows Street. Saw a ton of crows on the roof at this address and got concerned. He would like a welfare check done to make sure everything is okay. So we know Sage was out that day because Sage admits to this phone call. He admits to calling him. He's actually on a, J for Justice actually has a recording of it. So there's Sage for you. And he sells he's in the real estate business, right? So he's out and about. But like I said before, crows, if you don't want to, it's not a big deal if you see a crow on a house. It's called a staging. And they'll all go together and they'll hunt and they'll do this. They'll all just sit there and hunt for the day, and then they'll go to bed wherever their tree is. But if you see like a turkey vulture, then you want to be careful. You want to make sure, there's probably something dead in there, right? So this is West Pullman Road, Harry Ritchie Jewelry. Officers responded to a report of a burglary alarm. Now I find this very weird too. For some reason, there's something weird about this to me. Communications problem, 900 block of Vandal Drive. 911 hang-up. Voicemail left on callback. Officer advised. RP called back to advise no emergency. So, yet again, this also feels weird to me. I don't know why, but it does. Strange. Gun check. Perimeter Drive, U of I facilities. Requesting a gun check. Officer responded, no report. Now, I haven't got a clear thing on what this gun check is. At first, I thought it was like if they're out on a shooting range and they check the gun in and check it out because they can't bring it into a room or whatever. But now I'm wondering if they're literally looking through the facilities to make sure there's no guns that people have brought in. It's public program. Some of these public programs. Okay, so if you see a public program, in my opinion, what's happening is that they have been some bad kids. They've been out doing whatever they've been doing that's not been cool. And so the cops get together and they do a public program. Like they were telling the girl at the panty house, have you signed up? Have you been to one of our programs before? And she said, no. And they said, we can set it up. We can, they were all amped about it. Like, we can do it at wherever, like at the house or wherever. And I'm thinking to myself, that is so, with what I know about the Pullman police and them treat, the way they were with the sorority girls and all of them being let go. It's just, and then these cops are like, we can come to your house and do, and I'm like, what? No, that's just freaking weird. So weird. So this is, requesting, so officer requested a case. So yeah, so they request, so they actually go in, they actually know these frat guys are being assholes. And then they have a freaking public program to set their asses down and tell them, no, you gotta be good. Is that what's going on around here? Kind of what it feels like. Suspicious person, Blaine Street, Eastside Market. Reporting suspicious circumstances. Officer responded and unable to locate. Another suspicious person. Two men approached RP's car on either side and tried to talk to her. States it was kind of spooky. Now this might be Kaylee. Happened around 0900 this morning. Officer took call, computer report. So this is what I feel when Kaylee had said that about two guys approached her, right? Oh my God. Parking problem, 400 Almond Street. Vehicle parked in RP's property for most of today, and it's not supposed to be there. RP thinks it belongs to people that live across the street. RP called back advising the vehicle belonged to the tenants below, and there's no need to respond. Officer advised, no report. Suspicious person on White Avenue. Just got home and can see that one of the buses in the bus garage has their hazards on. RP has never seen this happen before. Can't tell if anybody's in the bus or not. Officer responded and found the property secure. No report. Now there's another report not too far after this one, or before, somewhere around this area, where somebody calls in saying that they saw some guy driving a bus, that they shouldn't be driving this bus. I thought that was weird. So, stray animals. Here's the Humane Society. Here's the two pit bulls running loose in the area. Not well behaved. Both are wearing collars but no tags. Both are brown and white colored pit bulls. This is the pit bulls that everybody talks about. And so here we got the pit bulls running around. I mean, this is a packed freaking police report. 900 block of Kenneth Street. I mean, it's nailing all the streets too. And this is Jesus Christ, harassment. Reported his neighbor's dog's barking today. RP went to their house today and knocked when the dog was barking. Officer responded, no report. Structure fire. Law and fire responded. 1200 block of Main Street. Now Main Street, so this, when that, allegedly the guy, or not allegedly, this was what, on this interview, the guy from the vape shop, and he was saying that Kaylee, it was only when Kaylee went downtown that she felt like she was being watched. And I think he meant, like, this is downtown, like Main Street. And I feel that that's a lot, like, something's really, well, Main Street, it's right by Corner Club, you guys. Traffic hazard, Pullman Road and perimeter. Reporting a person on a skateboard is in the lanes of traffic, weaving between lanes and keeps going through red lights, causing an issue. Officer responded, unable to locate. So this is kind of what I see, like, the frats doing, like, oh, daring you got to do this. This is your dare for the day, your haze or whatever for the day. Got to get on that skateboard and, go down through traffic. Kind of like I feel like they're the ones that slash the tires. I feel like they do all of that stuff. I feel the frats are responsible for all of that stuff. And I always have. Traffic violation. This is Buffalo Wings. Arrested one male. Officer requested a case. Report taken. Now there is calls coming in, like somebody has reported that they're getting obscene phone calls, like at Buffalo Wings. Or what is it? Someone calls in and they're whispering. They're whispering on the other end of the line. So that's good. That was going on at Buffalo Wings, and I don't know if this has got part of it or I don't know. Animal noise complaint. 400 block of East 7th. Dog barking for the past hour. Unknown owner. RP tried knocking on the door and no one answered. Officer responded. No report. So I don't know what you guys think, but every time you hear a dog barking, it's probably because there's something around that's making it bark. Well, that goes on all the time in this damn town. I mean, constantly. So first of all, you've got a university there with a bunch of frats in it that obviously we have seen that they do some crazy stuff and that they are alive and well in their hazing little traditions. So I'm not surprised that there's a lot of dogs barking in places, because I bet they're sneaking around all the time. And the things that they have, that they have each other do, in order to make it in to be their brother, is also going to be sneaky things. So, there's so many things. They're rattled. And I'm not saying it's all, okay, I can't say it's all the frats, because there's also some other nefarious stuff going on around there too, with some type of a group, I think, more of a white supremacist type group, but they're not there all the time. I think they're only there, I don't know if there's like rallies and things. I'm sure they show up, but maybe they know the person in town that have, drives that white vehicle that has all the flags on it. He's very volatile, that guy. And there's not only just him, there's another guy too that does it. And I mean, geez, he's got this Facebook page that just creeps the hell out of you. And the reason I found that is because I was looking for the Moscow police reports, or on their website, just kind of see what was going on. And there was one post from like Christmas, and it shows like their vehicle driving by, like the cop vehicle driving by, and it had like lights and stuff on it. Well, there was 5 comments on that thing underneath it, and there was no other comments anywhere else on any of the other stuff in there, but this one had 5 comments, and it was this one dude commented the whole time on every single one of them. It was just him, and it was weird comments. And so I clicked on it, and it took me to his page. It got even weirder, man. It got even weirder. So anyway, there's a couple of those in town for sure. And he's actually the one too that was I think Lana, she might have done a cam on it or found something. I'm not sure how that part worked, but it was some guy downtown, like the bagel shop or something, and some guy was giving him a bunch of crap, that some guy that was eating lunch there, and that poor guy, I mean, it was just like, I mean, I don't know what the guy did, I don't know what he said. He probably didn't say much to make this guy mad, because if you look at his Facebook page, he's got some issues, in my opinion. So anyway, okay, well, here's the report. I know I did it fast, but I don't have much memory on my phone, so hopefully it even takes. So we'll see. All right, you guys help me decipher this. Have a good night.